The Square Ball Podcast.
We're back for this week's dose of propaganda. Welcome to the show. Three of us on this one. Dan Moylan with Michael Normanton and Dean Smith. This is our whistle-stop tour of clips in the football world, things you've found on the football fan channels, ably assisted by our driver. Are you our driver on this journey, Michael?
I believe so, yeah. And do you know what else there's three of?
Are you pilot?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I've taken the wind out of your sails as well.
You have, yeah.
So, Michael, take us around the football channels this week. And it's been quite a fruitful week, I think. We've had lots of good defeats for people we don't like.
Yeah, although Scum fans, they're sort of, unfortunately, they're slipping into that sadness again, which you don't like. You need them to have
hope,
a little carrot dangled somewhere, whereas they're actually just in that late Solskjaer period where they knew he was getting sacked. Everyone knew he was getting sacked. You can all see the way this is going. It's just a matter of time.
Well, this is Manchester United Football Club.
It is Manchester United Football Club. But I've got a bit of Webby, yeah. Still to come later on. But we'll start on Coventry.
Obviously.
We'll start with someone who's covering Coventry in a fairly conventional way.
Right.
Because there's someone to come in a bit. And we need to build up to it, is all I'll say, because it's quite tiring. So we'll start with Alex Craig. And a rare little clip of someone sort of appreciating marching on together, because generally away fans just boo this, and there's a bit of that going on, but he does concede it's all right.
Go on then, boys. Let's do the business today. Tell you what, protection news for you. That Leeds walk out to that's been one of the best in the league. And the way the whole crowd sees it is very good. That's me. I'm going to stop complimenting Leeds now.
That was just a man shouting. What happened?
Just saying it's very good. So that song they come out to, a bit disrespectful. Yeah. Should know what it is. It's one of sports' great anthems. But yeah, it does admit it's actually pretty good.
Sports' greatest anthem, Dean.
And he said the way that the crowd sings it is very good. Sing, I'm not quite sure we ever get to sing. We bellow it at the bottom, from the bottom of our diaphragms. And I imagine from a Coventry perspective, you know, they're not used to maybe hearing the full ferocious roar of a crowd like Ellen Road. So hearing Marching On Together being blasted from all corners, yeah, enjoy it, take your medicine. Marching On Together, I think we've discussed before, there's a very, very much dichotomy around clapping and not clapping. Are you a clapper?
No.
Are you an arms alofter? Do you put your arms aloft for any moments in Marching On Together?
Yeah.
The big bit, the big bits.
The big bits, yeah.
How? Show us.
What you want to know what my arms look like if they're in the air?
Yeah. Look at that.
Like that.
Look at the wingspan.
Like an eagle.
Is that more a crow?
No. It was an eagle at distance.
It's a pretty ill eagle, though, I think.
That's a pigeon.
Pigeon boy, nice.
Pigeon, yeah. It's a pigeon.
Any more bird impressions?
I can do the owl thing, but with you blowing your hands, but it takes a bit of setup. I can never quite remember how to do it.
It takes a bit of setup, a bit of assembly.
One of my kids taught me how to do it. It's like... No, it's not doing
like
it.
A man blowing into his fingers.
It does, yeah, it does, and it's not great. Not great content. Anyway, let's get back to Alex Craig. Some of his early comments, and then into us going a goal up.
Absolutely no doubt that Leeds are a very good side, but the only way we've got the ball in this game, despite Thomas or Kitchen clearing it, they have been all over us, honestly. And there's the goal that Leeds probably deserved. It's a fantastic finish from outside the box. Look at them scenes from the Leeds fans. Really Nonso with a goal. It's a fantastic finish, to be fair to him. They've been all over us his first 15 minutes. Really haven't got going at all.
Yeah, it was nice, wasn't it?
It was decent, yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Alex Craig, I've just realised, could be a Derby player. Not a Derby player, Bournemouth player, sorry. I was thinking of Derby then.
We were briefly talking about Derby earlier, the home game, weren't we? Some things we may be planning.
That was it, yeah, Derby, yeah. So, yeah, Bournemouth, could be a Bournemouth player. Shall I do that again because I completely fucked it up? I should just leave it in.
That's up to you, really, isn't it? You're the one editing it.
I'm not. Dean's editing this and Lee's doing the video, so we'll just leave it in. Anyway, Alex Craig could sound like a Bournemouth player, couldn't he?
Yeah. Funny you mentioned that, yeah.
I think he sounds like a referee. Alex Craig, fourth official today is Alex Craig.
Yeah. Good shout.
But he definitely is a Leeds fan. Come on. First two clips, he's praising Marching On Together and how wonderfully we sing it. And he's just full of praise for the goal, for Leeds fans going nuts. He's a Leeds fan.
Yeah. It's a bit like the Hull boy.
No one's been much of a Leeds fan as him.
The Hull boy obviously started out doing Hull stuff, moved beyond that now. It's marathon running, and I'm sure he's like secretly a Leeds United fan because he was always very nice about us.
He was. He's only 16, you know.
Right.
I must admit, watching the clips, I thought he was older than that. Best of luck to him. He's doing some good stuff.
I want him to come on this show, actually, and talk about what he's been... Because we've been doing some good stuff for mental health awareness and running marathons and shit, which you've done, Dean. Show off.
Dean did him for himself, I think.
I did him selfishly, yeah.
Yeah.
Is this a come and get me plea for the Hull boy, if you're listening? Come and talk to us?
Yep. I mean, Michael has proven with the mug packing that he's prepared to break child labour laws. When you employed your twins, so
this is true.
I'm sure the Hull boy would fall under adult minimum wage.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah.
Good.
Which is what you're all for, isn't it? That's what you're all for. Right, should we hear it going, 2-0 into 3-0?
Go on.
Six performance, along with the other, 7 so far this season. When we have played well, we've not pulled out the performances. This today has been bottom of the barrel stuff from us. I know we're playing against a really good team, but it's just not good enough. And here come Leeds now, on that right-hand side, into the box. And it's 3-0. Well then, 3-0 to Leeds. You know what, when the second goal came in, I knew they were going to get another. They were all over us in this first half. We come out in the first 2 minutes of the second half and think, right, we're going to wake up here. Leeds making 2-0, and all of a sudden we just absolutely capitulated. We have done nothing this game. It's been absolutely atrocious.
The flip over from 2-0 into 3-0, I think, is the point at which grim acceptance sets in, and you could hear that in his voice. It's very, very nice when you're on the other side of the fence.
Yeah, that late in the day as well, you know it's not. You know there's no comeback at that stage. Because as badly as you play, and if you get within a goal, you always think, oh, you never know. But yeah, it was done.
And you can always hear it in the goal reaction sound from within the ground as well. If that's 1-0, it's much more feverish, the crowd response, but hearing it from the away end there, it's like, yeah, 3-0. As opposed to, if you think, you know, when that goal went in, when Archie scored against Leicester, compare that sound from the away end to this sound, 3-0 Pirro. It's like a different game.
Right, should we hear it at full time then?
And there we have it then, full time here at Ellen Road. Well, that was absolutely gutless. To the time I went and trapped these long, they're not getting that today. They're really not getting that today. Same old every single week. At the start of the season, we just can't get going. What is going on at this football club right now, I really don't know. But it's not on. Yes, we're playing a brilliant Leeds side. If we'd have lost 3-0 and played the football that we can play, it would have been fine. But we didn't.
I liked how that was soundtracked by Marching On Together.
Nice. I like a bloke at the start who just goes, there's people booing and one bloke just goes, boo! Boo! Saying the actual words. I wonder if he says lol as well. Instead of laughing.
Right, time for Sky Blue Army TV. Is that where we're going next?
We can do, yeah. It depends how. Do you want to get yourself a bit tired out and then try and build your energy back up? Because you'll be shattered by the end of this.
What do you think, Dean? Should we go somewhere else first? Have another little appetizer, another amuse-bouche?
Sure, yeah. Let's go elsewhere.
All right. So should we Sky Blue Fans TV?
Yeah, go on then. This is just them talking about the game in general and us.
Leeds were stronger last season. We took 4 points off them.
Yeah.
You know, they're not become world beaters. We made them look like the best team I've ever seen.
Didn't they have a rebuild as well? Didn't they lose a load of players and they brought in?
They've sold 150 million pounds worth of players, is what they've sold, and they look like Real Madrid, basically.
Every time they went forward on Saturday, it looked like they had 2 extra players on the pitch because we're so far behind them. You know, work rate as well. Because obviously
we were just walking around. We were just literally walking around. It was like, you know, if our shorts had pockets on, they would have had their hands in them because they couldn't be bothered.
The choppiness there is presumably them, not us.
Yeah. It's on a live stream, so they're all kind of all talking at once. On the live streams, actually, with multiple people, someone got in touch to say that the Leicester Till I Die man is in Australia.
Right. Formerly a prison colony, of course.
I was going to say, has he been sent there?
One of the reasons to go there. That's all I'm saying.
Right, on to the next one with these.
I'm not saying he fled the country, but he's gone on holiday.
Right. You've come up with a solution, have you?
No, they have. They've come up with a solution to Coventry's problems.
To fixing it all.
Not to Leicester Till I Die, man. Right. But I will say from the first clip, it's kind of nice to hear other people saying how good we are, because I think sometimes we are a bit immune to it, because we kind of go, well, We should be good, shouldn't we?
Yeah. Do you know what it is? Look, but Bielsa ruined us in a good way, in the best way possible, by making us brilliant at this level, then taking us up and finishing us 9th. And then we blamed all the failures thereafter on something else, other factors, Victor Orta, Jesse Marsh, whatever. But we've come back down with all that stuff fresh in our memory. And I think we've kind of forgotten a little bit how much of a grind this division can be. So it's nice to be good. Well,
and I always forget that there are always 2 teams in games. Sometimes we get so concerned with what we're doing right or wrong. To hear those guys complaining bitterly about their performance, it reminds you that there is 2 teams that are always competing. I do hope that they're actually quite good, though, and not that they were shite, so we were able to sweep them away. I hope they end up battling for playoffs and we're actually just really, really good.
They did do the exact same thing at the start of last season. But I think they were in the relegation spots after 7 or 8 games then, and they ended up, playoffs-ish, didn't they, at the end?
Yeah.
Even if they didn't quite make it. But yeah, I think they would probably be fine, but they were absolutely awful.
And we look like Real Madrid, which was the point, Don Revie. So he's smiling wherever he is because it's worked.
Although they had the number 5 in midfield in an advanced position. Rudoni, grow up.
Yeah, definitely.
Sort that out. Anyway, this is the solution.
But you've got to have words sometimes. In the old days, they went out for a pint, didn't they? Leamington, thrashed it out. A couple of them probably had a bit of a fight in the middle of the changing rooms. It gets sorted. That's football. They're blokes. They're young blokes. And sometimes what they really understand is good telling off.
So you just mentioned there about they used to go out and have a drink after the game and sort it out. I was thinking exactly that last night when I was out DJing. I thought, I wonder if he said to them in the change rooms, right, when we get home, you all go out and have one last blowout and go and get absolutely rat-faced and sort it out between the lot of you, because they were fighting on the pitch yesterday, Milan, Thomas and everything else. And it made me think about those days where they used to say, right, you go out and you go and sort it out. I'm wondering if last night he went, when they get back, right, you're all going out, off you go and get one last drink, because that's it now for the rest of the season until you put your ideas up and sort yourselves out.
So go out, get leathered.
Go to Leamington.
Have a tear up.
Have a fight in the dressing room.
Right.
Maybe have another fight in town.
So he's telling them to go out and get leathered. Just chuck a load of coke into the mix.
Yeah,
maybe
why not?
Spice things up, get them really at each other, aggressive.
What year does he think this is? This hasn't gone on for years and years. He's basically advocating for beer and fighting. Isn't this what we wanted Aronson to do a couple of seasons ago?
That's true, yeah.
To bulk up.
And he has done. Probably minus the beer.
Yeah.
And definitely minus the cocaine.
Well, he's just having nice, wholesome days out in Harrogate with his girlfriend, isn't he? He's not...
Milan has taken him down to Betty's.
Yeah.
Have a fat rascal. Put on a few kilos.
I think he's,
have a scrap.
What he's suggesting is a bit more Bowyer Woodgate.
Yeah.
Which didn't work brilliantly.
No. What's this final clip from these lot?
Well, you picked up on it already, how the signal is dipping in and out a bit for him, because it's, I think, some people coming off mobile and stuff. So this is a bit where the signal really, really breaks up. And I think they start off talking about transfers, but it actually sounds like they're making quite a serious allegation.
We've paid for them. I mean, and Clark, he looked great potential. Just that room with the Pittsburgh chairman with his pants around his ankles.
Fill in the blanks. I don't know what he was meaning to say.
So what was Darren McAntony doing in that room?
You paint your own picture.
I don't think we should go on record and say it.
Draw the dots yourself for that one. But disgusting, whatever it is. I think he had his pants around his ankles in a good way. Because I think.
What's the best way you've had your pants around your ankles?
Oh, loads of good times. Not for a while, but
I will say this: have you ever walked into a pub toilet and see, like when you've got boys when they're little, you drop your trousers if you're having a wee like in a gutter or whatever, a little boy wee.
Yeah.
So you don't just stand there and open your flies.
Yeah,
you drop the lot, arse out, pissing in a drain or whatever. Have you ever walked into a pub toilet and seen somebody do that?
Yep,
I have to.
There was a bloke who used to do when I used to go to a pub quiz in Horbury when I was still living with my mum and dad. There was a guy who went to that. He used to always do it.
That was his move. Right.
It was a power move. You'd get to see some buttocks when you followed him into the toilet.
My mate does that when he's pissed. He constantly, if he's had too much to drink, you can guarantee if you were to follow him into the toilets, which we would do to see this particular incident, yeah, they'd be right round, not just dropped slightly, properly right round his ankles, so you see the top of socks. It's something psychologically wrong with folk, I think.
Also, if you're dropping him right that far down, there's a fair chance to get piss on him.
I was going to say, there's a piss risk, yeah. Not only from your own stream, but from just the general pub floor, yeah. And bystanders who may be pissing in your sort of general direction.
Sometimes if you go to urinal in shorts, you can feel other people's piss splashing on your legs and you realise how filthy the whole setup is.
You've just broken the code, though. You're not supposed to talk about it. You're not supposed to reference it.
I know, it's horrible, isn't it? When you actually realise what's going on.
Everyone's just pissing on each other.
And then you realise you've not washed your jeans in 2 weeks and you go, oh.
2 weeks, that's regular.
It's all getting a bit niche interest, this, isn't it? Let's move on to Sky Blue Army TV.
I'll be auctioning those jeans off for anyone with a particular fetish. Where are we going?
On the old dark web.
That's the one. Right, let's go. Yeah, go on, let's do it then. Let's delve into Sky Blue Army TV. I should say at the start of this, I did like him, but it's about a 20-minute video, and God, I was tired by the end. I was kind of glad it had stopped, because, someone's just quite relentless.
Yeah.
He starts off outside the West Stand there, and he's looking at the Flamingo Land logo, is what he's actually talking about here. But he's a bit obsessed with farm foods, and he also manages to somehow make farm foods sound kind of street.
Pre-match reactions. See the Leeds badge there? Yeah? You see the farm food style badge up there? Representing farm foods, Allen Road and that. Yeah? You know what? I'm loving the farm foods logo there. Looking serious, cuz reminds me of farm food back in the ends.
What's the farm foods logo?
Farm food back in the ends.
Is that the Flamingo Land?
Yeah, it's basically, I've had a look at the two of them. They've got, they just basically have like an outline on them.
Farm foods it's red text. It's quite a curly, bubbly font with a yellow stroke around the outside, like a yellow outline.
Yeah. I can sort of see what he means.
Right.
Is it just because they both begin with F?
Maybe, yeah. It's kind of got a curved, quite a curly looking F on it, I suppose, and it's got the border on it in similar-ish kind of way.
It feels like a logo a child would design.
Which one?
Farm foods.
Farm foods.
I mean, Flamingo Land is a theme park for kids, so it's going to naturally
it's fair enough.
Try and appeal to kids. Farm foods is a grown-ups frozen food shop.
Do you go there?
I've been in, I think, twice. They did have some good ribs in their freezer.
Yeah, yeah.
Out,
I occasionally pop to the one in Pontefract for the bargains. You can get the vouchers on the website. Always a voucher to be had.
Michael,
you get
you are so on brand. I love
because
it.
on Google, you can just put pluses and dots and stuff in your email address, and it creates new ones.
Yeah.
When Farm Food send out an email, I get about 30 different emails because of all the different
creating new burner accounts
because of the different versions I've had over the years.
You're so sexy. Do you know that? What a sexy image you give off. So appealing.
Anyone want to have discount on Farm Foods
with Mr. Pissy Jeans here?
I can make that happen for you.
What a guy. Right, we've got a new Nonto pronunciation.
We have.
Chiefs off the pace. I don't know if he was ready to come back or what, because my man who scored, Ngogo with a little 4-foot Nigerian powerhouse.
Right.
Ndogo.
Right.
All of that's wrong.
It is, yeah. Yeah, he's Italian. I checked his parents, Ivorian. And I think 4 foot's probably a touch harsh.
Right.
He's 4'6", at least.
Simone Biles height.
Yes, Ndogo. That's the way it is from now on.
I can see why you found this tiring. It is fun, but there's only so much fun you can have in a day, isn't there?
Yeah. It goes the next couple of clips. It goes a little bit traditional watch along, and it gets a bit shouty. Stick with because it becomes a bit more obscure.
Please do stick with
towards the end of these clips. I'm saying don't write him off. Don't write him off. But it's 2-0.
Chief, just let him run. Look. Press him. There's no one there. Sims miles off. Go on, press him. You understand me? So, I don't know what to say, man. The first half has been, yeah. See what I'm saying? See what I'm fucking saying, bro? See what I'm saying? Bro, you see what I'm saying, fam? Fucking shit! Bro! Fucking shit! My days, bro! We are terrible! Oh my days, blood! What is this?
He talks like my 13-year-old son talks. now when he's playing FIFA, minus the swearing.
Oh my days is the new thing that everyone says.
Blood, bruv.
Arsenal Fan TV. I don't know if that's the origin of it. I think, but there's a lot of oh my days going on.
Dean, imagine me next to him in the ground.
I wrote down Arsenal Fan TV because it just reminded me of that performative thing, and also, if you don't have another thought, you don't have to repeat your other thought. That it just saying it and saying it and saying it.
I mean, mate, this fucking podcast's been running for 15 years now on the same 10 jokes. So,
got a Bailey Peacock Farrell clip in a minute.
Interestingly, do you know what skibbity means? Like the youth are saying that a lot, aren't they? Do you know what it means?
Yeah.
Do your boys say it?
No, but they've sort of referenced it.
Right.
Obviously, I beat them severely if they say that. No, it means like skibbity toilet seems to be a thing.
Yeah, I was looking at that on Urban Dictionary just to double check.
Yeah.
I mean, I obviously knew what it meant because I'm street.
Yeah, I'm not paying a huge amount.
I'm from the mean
interest.
streets of Bravo Delta 10, as you know.
Yeah, of course.
But it just means dead bad, doesn't it?
Yeah,
really bad.
Skibbity.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a new thing.
Where is it derived from?
Words and that.
All right.
I think I've looked at this. I think it might come from a YouTube video or something.
It will do. Or the TikToks or Snappy Chatty or
anything
whatever.
Anything I don't understand these days. I assume it's a TikTok thing.
I was just really...
and we call it woke nonsense.
My brain went really disparagingly then when you went, it was from a YouTube video, and then I remembered what we're doing.
This whole show actually comes from YouTube. Anyway, should we hear him wanting a refund?
Yeah, let's.
I want a refund. Yeah? Mark Robbins, I want a refund, yeah? I skipped work for this. I should have went to work. Got my overtime. I want a refund with tax and VAT. Yeah? This is terrible. Yeah? We've got no guts, no stamina. We're not attacking. We're not defending. I yawned off the pace. What is this, bro? This is shit. 120 miles to drive down here, you know. I want a refund on my Texaco fuel. I want a refund on my time. I want a refund on my money. Yeah. I skipped a few meals. I want a refund on that as well, yeah. This is bullshit. I don't usually... This is shit. Yeah? Absolute shit. Yeah? Excuse the bad language, but the passion, I'm emotional. I'm sad. I'm upset. Yeah? Why am I here? Why am I here? I should be in bed with a girl right now. I should be relaxing. I'm here with a man, them. What? Listen, look. What is this?
Yeah, I'm 4 clips in and quite tired now. Bad enough. You know, when it starts getting like this at home, you'll go, I'll go clip some leaves up in the garden or whatever. I'm not playing your skibbity FIFA.
I'm intrigued to know how you get a refund on skipped meals. Do you have to have extra meals? Is Mark Robbins going to force feed him like a goose to come round and...
What, for the old foie gras?
Maybe that's what he's after.
Fanning his liver up.
Potentially.
Fine, wow.
I like him. He said, I should have went to work, which is a great phrase. I should have went to work instead of being here with the Mandem.
Once his Texaco fuel refunded.
I really like the guy.
Anyway, he starts to get... This is where he goes... This is kind of post-game, and he's just getting really confusing now because he all of a sudden he starts talking about body parts, and then he starts on a whole thing. It'll make sense when you hear it.
What I'm saying right now is facts. Facts. Second best, third best, straight back down the M1 with nothing. I came with 2 hands, I've left with 1. Only 1 hand I've got left is holding the phone. That's how bad it is right now. Yeah? That is how bad it is right now.
I do hope that's like a metaphor or an analogy or whatever it is.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
But it's like he's got this idea into his head. And you'll hear one idea always seems to spin into another.
We were talking about Jeffrey Dahmer, weren't we, on the members show last week?
We were actually, yeah. So
missing body parts.
Do subscribe. And there's some stuff about moles. Loads of good good stuff on there. But yes, one idea kind of spins into another. So then he ends up somehow talking about fingers in this next clip. Not fingering, to be clear.
It's all not negative. Obviously, Mason Clark, I think he had a shot at the end that the keeper had to tip over. So it shows we can do something. We can, when we need to, pull our finger out. But like I said earlier, if them fingers are amputated, they're not growing back. Did you get it? They're not growing back. You're not a frog. You can't grow back your limbs. If you ain't pulling your finger out, your finger's getting cut off. Did you get it?
No. Do you get it?
I mean, fine.
Anyway.
Maybe he lost a hand or some fingers just in the West End. You know, just on some loose sharp metal.
Feels like the sort of place, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I've walked past and had an industrial accident.
Before the development, he was walking past the creche and lost 3 fingers on there.
Yeah, they just melted away with. It's got a sort of Chernobyl vibe about it, hasn't it? Like
the atomic saucepans tied to the fence.
Pripyat era. Right. Okay,
so
fine.
we've gone from hands to fingers to losing phones and GPS and hearts. But just listen.
Fine.
I just feel sorry for all the fans who took time, effort, and their hard-earned universal credit money to actually come down here just to go home empty-handed. Did you get it? It's like you came with your phone and you're going home without your phone. You're trying to use the GPS to get home and there's no GPS on the phone. You left your phone in the stadium. Just like those players who didn't leave anything in the stadium. They didn't leave their hearts on the grounds in the stadium. They've left their hearts in the locker room, nice and warm. They haven't made themselves uncomfortable.
Feels like a bit of like performance theatre or something does this now. I'm a bit lost myself.
I can't track it. I don't know what he's on about.
He's lost his... Well, you've already lost a hand. If you've had your fingers amputated, you're not a frog. They won't grow back.
And you're supposed to leave it all out on the field. That's a good thing. But he said they haven't...
But they left the heart... He didn't know because they left the hearts in the dressing room, the locker room where it was nice and warm.
Yeah.
And that's a nicer place to leave your heart.
Well, that's not good. You want to put it on ice if you're leaving it anyway, don't you? Otherwise it'll stop working.
But what about the phones then? He left his phone. Why did he leave his phone in the stadium?
It's not clear.
Because you will get reception back eventually when you leave it. I know it's difficult in there.
Imagine how exhausting it would be to be this guy. Just every day.
No, imagine how exhausting it would be to share a car journey with him or be next to him in the stadium when he's doing this.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
Anyway, let's hear him talking. He's moved away from removing parts of bodies and he's talking now about evicting Mark Robins.
Fine.
I'm on 6% battery, yeah? Just like...
Thank God.
Today's game, everything's going downhill. My phone's draining. My mental stability is draining. I might collapse on the way to the car. Who knows? Because watching Coventry play, it's giving me heart attacks, heart tremors. And I haven't even got heart attack issues. I'm a chubby boy, but my heart's good, for now at least. Yeah, we're trying to burn off the weight. But Coventry need to burn off the issues that they've got surrounding their heart right now, yeah? By match day 10, if we ever win a game by match day 10, bruh, I'm setting the tent outside Robin's yard and he ain't coming in. I'm locking him out of his own house, yeah? It's not been he hasn't paid the council tax bill if we haven't won a game by match day 10. And I'm locking him out of his house, yeah? He's gonna have to take the back door, yeah? And his missus ain't gonna let him in either. Because if this carries on, we're getting evicted. We're getting relegated, yeah?
I mean, wow.
What was the tent thing?
He's going to camp outside his house.
All right.
And not let him in.
It sounded like he was putting a tent up and I thought it was going to be like a forensics tent. He was going to go in and kill him.
Right.
The forensic guys were going to use the front
Murder
tent
threat.
thing. Yeah.
Right, wow.
It's a death threat.
You're not allowed to use the back door either because his wife won't let him in.
Yeah, his missus doesn't let him use the back door.
No, that's good.
Discuss.
What I will say, speaking of missuses, my wife said to me the other day, she went, like, talking about the match ball. It's like, what if you say something wrong? Like, well, it's a live stream. What do you mean? What if you say you don't get it wrong, or if you get it wrong, you backpedal furiously? you just try and act with a certain amount of self-discipline, so you don't say anything libelous. You control that self-control basically. This is what happens when you've got no self-control and you just say things.
Yeah, well, I've got a final clip. This is
thank God.
It's fairly long, but just remember at the end of this we can have a bit of a rest.
I want to say, by the way, just before we do hear this, I like you, Dean. I quite like him. I think he brings a lot of colour and fun to it all. But it is really, really tiring.
It's really tiring, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because as well, like, I listen to the whole thing, obviously, but then in clipping it up, you have to listen over and over again and you edit it. And it's his voice gets in your head. And it's a bit much.
Here we go.
It's been pressure from the man them. It's like these guys came with an energy and a fire that Coventry couldn't bring to the table. I just asked them to bring the salad to the table. They couldn't even bring the knife and fork. Coventry brought nothing to the table. Yeah? I don't know, man. I don't want to pick on particular players, but Kitchen had a terrible game. I think if we brought in a Howden's kitchen or a Magnet kitchen, that kitchen there might have done a better job than the actual kitchen. At least the microwave might have defended a bit better than Kitchen did there. And obviously when we talk about Mark Robins now, Uncle Robins, static on the sideline like he's doing the mannequin challenge. It's not 2015, it's 2024. I'm expecting different energy. I'm expecting revitalization. Link shampoo, Links Africa. Yeah, he gave me links. Like we're going frontline. It's not frontline links. Just give me the Links Africa so I can revitalize. He gave me nothing today. Yeah, obviously very reactive, not proactive, and it's a trend that we need to really highlight. I've just come from the front line. Look, the farm food sign is still on the stadium. Yeah, all these men are going to get their 3 bags of chicken for £10, and they're going to go home and cook some fried chicken and eat happily tonight in Leeds. Me, on the other hand, I'm eating porridge when I get home tonight because this was a prison performance from prisoners. These men might as well be prisoners of war, POW, back to Vietnam War, because it was like they're in shackles. Sky Bromley TV, his boy Funny Francis, yeah? I'm gone because, what else can I say? It was a poor performance. Poor. Yeah? The GDP of Haiti, $0.00. Poor.
That was a good line, to be fair. But at the end, but I'm really tired.
Fucking hell,
Do I have anything to say, or can we just have a little break?
Well, I feel like I'm fully like in tune with him now. I tracked all of those metaphors. I'm with him.
But it's like he mentions kitchens, and he can't help but just talking about kitchens, and then he mentions people eating well. That was a prison before. I'm eating porridge, and then he don't really know why, so he starts talking about prisoners of war, and then I don't know.
Can we just have a break?
I like him. I think he's got a good speed of thought.
It's time for a break.
Okay.
Right, come on.
Here we go. Right, where do we go now, Michael?
Right, we'll stick in the Midlands, just as an excuse to talk about Bailey Peacock-Farrell.
Fine.
Did you see it?
I did see it. He was trying to play out from the back, right on his goal line. He was in his own 6-yard box. The ball cut across, it rolled across him towards like his left foot, which I presume is not his strong foot, and it went bad for him.
Yeah, and this is how it sounded from Blues Focus.
Put your foot through it. How many times? Fucker! Sort him out! What is Peacock-Farrell doing? I mean, like, how close to the goal do you want to be as well?
Familiar.
Bailey, yeah.
He's only a young lad. He's learning.
What is he now?
27.
15, 16?
Yeah, I looked this up. He's 27. Because there's still a bit of me goes, but... No, he's 27. There's not really any excuse.
He's done that enough times now where that's kind of his thing.
Yeah. I mean, he did it like 2 weeks ago for Northern Ireland. That last international break, whenever that was, he did a similar thing where he admittedly didn't get tackled on his own goal line, but he did just pass it to someone and let the other team score. They'll be fine though with Birmingham.
If you listen to this and you've not seen it, watch it, because I think it's a really good tackle. I mean, obviously, clearly, Peacock-Farrell should be dealing with it, but I think let's not take away from the majesty of a sliding tackle inside the 6-yard box that ends up in the back of the net. I thought it was really cool.
Fair point. On we go.
Do you want to go a bit of Chelsea Fan TV, or do you want Webby and O'Neill?
I feel like we need to finish on Webby and O'Neill.
Oh no, we're not finishing on Webby and O'Neill.
We're not. Why?
We've got a special guest.
Oh, well,
to finish on.
Oh wow.
Let's go Chelsea Fan TV then, because Rory's getting a bit of criticism from his own fans because I think he was on what's it called, the Gary Neville thing, the Overlap, I think, or something, and he criticised the ownership or something, and this guy didn't like it.
I said all along, like, it's all about how you think, and this team's definitely in the zone now, and it's time for all Chelsea supporters now to pull together. We must end the negativity, mate, towards the owners, towards every single aspect that we're not happy about, and Rory fucking Jennings, you got to shut the fuck up, mate, yeah? You can't go on a fucking programme like that and diss us the way you fucking have, it's just not fucking right. It's all about, we all need to pull together, yeah? It's a great manifestation, and the law of attraction is all about how you think and how you project yourself, yeah?
You're citing the law of attraction there. Have you read it? Are you aware of it?
Not really.
It's bollocks.
I'm vaguely aware of what manifesting is.
Yeah. I mean, look,
again, it's something on TikTok, I believe.
I am prepared to overlook it because he's telling Rory to show up. So
I do like the fact he confused Rory Stewart and Rory Jennings, and I hope at some point a booking agent does the same. I don't know which you're expecting Rory Stewart to get wound up on TalkSport about Chelsea's ownership or something, but
I don't know if it's me that's just mad about this, but I got made redundant from the radio and he somehow landed on TalkSport.
Well, he does a job, doesn't he, for generating calls and all that sort of stuff.
He does a specific thing, and I wrote down here, it's almost like saying every single thought that comes into your head is at some point is going to be a bad thing. Someone's going to pull you up on some bullshit. And so if he's doing however many goddamn YouTube videos and TalkSport, he's going to piss lots of people off. You don't want to be pissing off the fans of the team that you claim to support.
I quite like being able to go into Ellen Road and not get the shit beaten out of me.
Yeah.
But it's still an option.
We can change it
for people.
I mean, do you want me to start spouting out some hateful stuff? It'd be really I'm like, as with that Sky Blue fella, what's his name? Sky Blue Army TV. It's all too tiring, isn't it?
It's weird. You do occasionally in the fringes of people who listen to this get people who are like, "Oh, you were saying this weeks ago." It's like, yeah, because my opinion changes all the time.
Yeah. Opinions don't have to be set in stone forever. They can change with the evidence.
Yeah, it's like people are like you didn't like Farker before. It's like, well, I don't even not like him. I didn't like that particular thing, and it was like it's a scale, isn't it? There's a whole path you can tread. You don't have to pick one opinion and then stick with it forever.
And then double down.
Yeah, like you can move. It's fine.
I think that's the thing that Rory Jennings does really badly is he just picks a corner and just fights. He just ignores big swathes of grey area. I remember times where he was backing Pochettino. Oh, yeah, he's the man, give him the 10-year contract, blah, blah, blah. And then a few weeks later, he's got to do a handbrake turn. Just appreciate the grey area, talk sensibly and normally. And dickheads like this aren't going to want to chop your face off when you get into Stamford Bridge.
Yeah, it's almost like nuance can exist, isn't it?
Nuance should exist.
Next.
Yeah. We're being happy, basically. That's all you need to know.
About Manchester United Football Club.
About Manchester United Football Club.
If it weren't for the 9 a day, it could have been 8 or 9. Now, when we're thinking coming in, praise the 9, making say, Martinez, what's he doing? Delo, what's he doing?
Do you honestly believe?
What's he doing? Rashford, what you doing? Xerxes, what you doing? You're doing absolutely jack shit.
Do you want
away with one player, kid, and maybe two, but 4, 5 or 6, you goosed against anybody. They ran about 4 or 5 gears, Tottenham. I think they felt sorry for us. And even with that, they could have scored 6 or 7. I'm fucking fuming, mate.
That's a great line. So Mancunian, isn't it?
I did notice in that game, because on FOTMob, you get the big chances. Spurs had 9 big chances.
Did you see the XG was north of 5, I think, as well? Yeah.
Also, they've landed, particularly Manchester United Football Club creators who are from Manchester, they've landed really lucky with that goalkeeper. Oh, no. It lends itself so beautifully to that accent where they can really take the time and butcher what is quite a beautiful name.
I like Garnacho.
Yeah.
Well, when that one comes out.
Did you ever audition for Coronation Street?
I've been in Coronation Street. Yeah.
Have you?
I was going to say, he's been in it. You were playing a policeman, were you?
No, I was playing a therapist.
Or was that Emmerdale? You were a policeman or something? You've been a policeman something,
I've been a policeman loads of times.
I don't watch soap operas. I don't have time for that. Certainly not Mancunian ones at that.
I didn't play Mancunian, though. I played my gorgeous North Leeds tones in that.
Yeah. I was just wondering if you're fully lent into it for Coronation Street.
Well, David Platt is a Leeds fan who's in Corrie and has had a Yorkshire accent in Coronation Street throughout his entire time in it.
Yeah.
No one's picked him up on it.
It's because it's the north. Like, if people are watching Coronation Street in London, they just go anything above Watford.
The home counties, darling.
Yes, of course, darling.
There's bloody northerners. Right. Where are we going then?
Anyway,
mystery guest.
A mystery guest to finish on, yeah. So this is
fuming, mate.
This is from a Twitter space.
What's next? United got still more tough games to go. This was horrible. Let me go to Johnny. Johnny, what's your? Jump in immediately. What's your thoughts?
Wow.
Yes.
Johnny United's back.
He says at the start of this clip he's chilled out, and maybe he has.
Right.
I'm not even angry. I think it's funny. Like, I'm laughing, me. What's the point of getting angry? That's one of the worst performances I've seen at Man United in years. Like, years. That was absolutely... It wasn't even a 0 out of 10. It was minus 50 out of 10. It was minus 50. Like, that's how bad it was. Shocking. I want to know where these fans are that signed a fucking petition to keep this fucking clown in charge. Where are you? Don't back your manager now. Ten Hag in, right? Back the manager. Say, trust the process. You're a bunch of fucking idiots.
I'm not going to mock Johnny United because he's also from Bradford.
Yeah.
And I've given identifying information about myself, such as like a shop in Aldi and things like that. I don't want him to come and find me.
Which Aldi?
Idle.
The one in a different county.
The one in Idle. I'm like, right. Come at me, bro. Please don't.
Don't.
No, don't. I just want to be left alone.
But he was fairly chilled out-ish. He keeps talking though, and then he kind of remembers that Son wasn't playing, and it seems to really rile him. And so does Timo Werner not being very good.
Is he starting to ramp? You can,
yeah.
It's just embarrassing. And they didn't even have Son. Son wasn't even playing. Let me tell you something. If that had been Liverpool today with them chances, we'd have lost about 7 or 8-0. Shit you not. That'd have been 7 or 8. If that had been Man City or Arsenal, 7 or 8-0 we'd have lost today. But because Spurs are so toothless up front, Timo Werner belongs in fucking Vauxhall Conference, that cunt. What? He can't. He's got no end product. 0 end product. Should be in Vauxhall Conference or semi-pro summer. He's just a roadrunner. No end product. Shocking. But if that had been Son, that would have been a different. We would have been having a different conversation. We're looking at Son or Doku or any of these other better players that we've got in the Premier League, and we're lucky today we're at Liverpool. Again, I'm not even angry at the manager. I know that. Listen, I'm not angry at the manager. I know this guy's a clown. I was saying it 2 years ago. He's a fucking clown.
He's actually remained calm. I could feel him rising, and then he just calmed again. Maybe he's just chilled out a bit.
Play the next one.
Sullivan, do you remember in the summer when he gets his structure, everything's going to click into gear, Johnny. You just watch. The structure's going to come. It's all going to kick into place. The system's going to come alive. The players are going to ball out. You're all chat shit. You chat fucking shit. You don't know the fucking first. What you know about football, you can write back of a fucking postage stamp. Honestly, bunch of idiots in this fan base. Idiots.
And who am I to disagree with Johnny United?
We've covered this before. He hates Man United fans more than me. It's just some going.
Who's that character who's playing there? Is that his version of Ten Hag?
It was something a bit panto-ish, wasn't it? About
he was there last week. He's squeaky. I like as well
one of the ugly sisters or something. Yeah. But he's very handsome, obviously.
In the first clip, he said, "I'm laughing me," as the life is draining out of him. I'm laughing me, and then 3 clips later, he's squeaking like a boiled kettle about something.
Right, and it's time to end the show, is it?
It's time to end the show, and it's a classic Johnny.
But listen, all you Ten Hag Guinners, don't fail your manager now. Don't back down when he needs you now. In his dying hour, he needs you. Back your manager, right? You signed that petition. Remember, you all signed that petition, so back your manager. Trust the process, buckle up, and enjoy this fucking misery and pain that every fucking one of you deserve. Meanwhile, me and Suleiman will be sat on our little perch and we'll be enjoying it as we look down on all of you, because you're all a bunch of fucking clowns. Thank you for letting me speak, Suleiman. Big up to all of you.
Brilliant. He's quite polite.
Yeah, he's definitely as mellowed.
Yeah, maybe so.
But you feel like he's like a dormant volcano. At any time, that fucker could blow.
It was good to hear him again anyway.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so.
His dulcet tones.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. We'll see you soon then. That's propaganda wrapped up for this week, is it? What else have we got this week? We've got the Norwich match ball. That's exciting.
In about an hour, something like that.
In about 10 minutes.
It's quite soon.
Yeah, and then we'll do another roundup towards the end of the week. Going to be speaking to Popey as well. We'll find out what life is like for Popey. I think we're just going to catch him for 5 minutes as he travels back from Norwich before he heads up to Sunderland. And we'll see you on those. See you in a bit.
The Square Ball Podcast.